Excellent. So it being a little after 4 o'clock on December 20th, 2023, I would like to call this meeting of the Gardner Elementary School Financial Subcommittee to order. Dr. Hammond, would you mind calling the roll?
Dr. Pellegrino,
Present.
Wayne Anderson,
Present.
Robert Hankinson, I don't believe he's here. He indicated he would not be. Jennifer Plavin,
Present.
Bob Schwartz,
Present.
Mark Hawk.
Present.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Excellent. Moving right along, can we, do I have a motion to approve the minutes from November 15th?
So moved.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Mark. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion on the motion, let's put the matter to roll call vote. Dr. Hammond, would you mind calling the roll?
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Wayne Anderson,
Yes.
Jennifer Plavin,
Yes.
Bob Schwartz,
Yes.
and that's the vote. Did I miss anybody?
Yes.
Who did I miss? Okay, it's a vote.
Mark Hawk. You missed Mark
Mark
Hawk.
Hawk, I'm sorry, I missed Mark Hawk. I'm sorry, Mark Hawk. Mark, yes?
Yes.
Sorry, thank you. Okay.
Votes unanimous, motion carries. Approval of bills and orders?
Mr. Chairman, if I could share the screen, I'll bring it
Please
up.
do.
Everybody see that? One of the things when I first sent this out to everybody, I did not have the Bacon construction Bacon there piece, but I did send that out and I put it on this list so we have it. The COIs we don't have an invoice for this month. JWA, we have an invoice for $3,516.55. Bacon Construction, $106,740.71. Robert Lloyd Company, $9,689.70. Then we have a series from School Furnishings, $11,849.80. School Furnishings, $2,448.97. School Furnishings, $1,072.60. School Furnishings, $184.99. School Furnishings, $3,509.28. And school for $9,373.50. The total, Mr. Chairman, is $148,386.10.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So move.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, let's put the matter to roll call vote. Dr. Hammond?
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Wayne Anderson,
Yes.
Bob Schwartz,
Yes.
Mark Hawk.
Yes.
It's a vote, Mr. Chairman. Let me take that down. Stop sharing.
Excellent. Report from the OPM?
Yeah, I'm looking and I don't see Tim. He was on earlier, but he seems to have disappeared. Matt, do you know what his agenda was? I'm afraid
No, generally he goes over to the finances. I don't have that handy.
yeah, I'm trying to text him right now as to find out what his issue is.
But Alan, you could go over the amendment.
The amendment I can go over. Do you want to pull that up, Steve?
Sure.
Please excuse this interruption.
Give me a second. I gotta find it. Hold on, I gotta go find it. Give me 1 second.
Actually, why don't we take things out of order
Sure.
and go to the report from the architects? Why don't we do that? And we'll move over to Jones Whitsitt. We'll come back to the OPM.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Did we lose them too?
Are they
No.
here?
No,
No, I'm here. Sorry, it just took me a second to unmute. We don't have any change orders up for approval at this meeting. Because the work that was approved and not to exceed in the last meeting is ongoing, so the finalized numbers are not available yet.
I think we unanimously approve no change orders. Great.
The other item that I have is sort of the outstanding items update, which I believe Steve sent out yesterday. Is that something that's useful for me to review, or have people
Yes.
had a chance to? Okay, let me share my screen. As relates to punch lists, the building items are fully punched out, so there are no outstanding items within the building that are part of the punch list process. Although there are still some items that are part of the warranty process and other pieces. There are still some items with regards to playgrounds and landscape, but that's on hold till the spring. The Conservation Commission process is also on hold till the spring. The plan is to have a meeting with the Conservation Commission in February and March to make sure everybody, which means the contractor, the architect, the civil engineer, and the Conservation Commission, are all on board with one plan for getting the Conservation Commission's purview at the wetland replication area closed out during the spring planting season. Update on the change order work. The two items are the concrete at the generator, which is being coordinated between Bacon and Wayne Anderson, and the canopy drainage at the main entrance, and then the two canopies at the sea wing. DPW did the concrete cutting, and I believe the lines are in. The one that's the stair 5 adjustment is complete. The main B entry adjustment is complete, and the sea wing entry is coordinating on timing with the concrete work at the generator so that both sets of concrete can happen at the same time. The CHIPS design credits, the paperwork is still outstanding from the district to complete design review 2. We've had any CHIPS check in with us about this. And it's been outstanding for quite a long time. And then there are some additional items after that that will be required to prepare for the construction review round. But our real priority is these 3 items that are pending, without which we can't move forward for the final design review. MEP commissioning, we reviewed with Fitzmyer and Tachi. There are 94 closed items, 27 items that are either open or pending, and Nate Fanning intends to issue the final commissioning report at the end of this calendar year, so probably next week. Bacon's been coordinating with the town and the building commissioner to make sure all past paperwork is, formally and finally processed. There are 6 open permits remaining, some of which seem a little bit unusual to still be open, like I believe it's the temporary propane tanks from when the building had temporary heat, like multiple years ago, but somehow the paperwork for that permit being closed just never got properly filed. The work has been done for the final item that was of concern to the building commissioner, which is those the overrides for the doors at the connectors. However, the town and the district need to coordinate on testing that the building commissioner requires for sort of signing off on that fix. So that's going to require, I believe, the building commissioner, the fire alarm inspector, and the fire department to all be on site at the same time. The heat trace final work from Greenwood, which was part of a previous change order, will be happening over holiday break. Our most recent report from the contractor is that the parking lot cameras that were having problems are working, and it is, to the best of our knowledge, there aren't any others needing attention. Wayne, if you have issues around camera functionality, you should let us know. And the asphalt pavers, we never got final direction on this, so we're assuming that nothing is being requested by the district to be done. We sent out the final letter from Stimson. I think, Wayne, you should have received that. And then we're still waiting on some electrical attic stock to be replenished. Griffin and Bacon are tracking that.
Wayne, is there anything that we need to do about number 9? You're on mute.
What is that in regards to? Is that out back?
Yes.
Yes, we need to. I'll respond to that. Because I gotta look at the pavers that were put in for the C-wing canopy drainage. And I guess Bacon's coming back out tomorrow. The concrete around the generator and the pad mount transformer, I need to get on them and they still haven't poured the concrete in front of the C canopy. So I'm going to talk to them about that tomorrow. And the other thing, the number 1 item, the punch list. I know the punch list is complete, but there's still a lot of warranty items that need to be addressed, and I don't know who's tracking that. Like the number 1 boiler, which hasn't worked in probably 3 or 4 months, and there's a pump that's related to that needs to be replaced. And there's a whole bunch of stuff from Adam Plumbing and Heating that needs to be resolved. It's really starting to get really annoying too.
Yeah, Wayne, so my understanding is warranty items get addressed directly to the contractor. The architect is typically not sort of the intermediary on that.
Yeah, Wayne, if you have issues that aren't being addressed, maybe let us know and we can try and help get some resources to try and push on the contractor to get that stuff done. We can also work with the commissioning agent to verify that things are operating the way they're supposed to. They're still going out there verifying things that were on their list, but warranty items that they may not be aware of, if we were to let them know, they could maybe assist in getting those things resolved.
Okay, I'll come up with a list. And so what you're saying is basically we're responsible for making sure all of the any warranty items you guys aren't dealing with. It's just basically us is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I just ask about the paperwork for the chips? Is there a reason why, like, can't we get that stuff
I
from
will
the
get that
district
stuff.
to them, or?
That's with me, and I will definitely get that done next week during school vacation week. And then we'll move on.
Okay, thanks.
We still need the Adam Plumbing and Heating, the electronic board at the entryway needs to be completed. So I don't know where he stands with that.
Is that one of the items here on the list, Aviva? Is that having to do with the
It's the educational display, I think, that Wayne's referring to. Wayne, is that, I believe the last time you and I discussed that board, it was needing some configuration on the district side or on Suser's side? Has
Yeah.
that been done?
I'll follow up with them because I thought they were just between CTC and Suzer. I thought they were just working it out. But
Okay.
I'll have to follow up with that.
Yeah, the last I'd heard you were putting it in Caesar's Court, so if there's anything I can do to help get that forward, let me know, for sure.
Also, Wayne, the people involved with the chips will be glad to give any help next week as well.
I appreciate that.
We can contact you and we can set something up that'll work for your schedule.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I need anything.
Okay,
Yeah, that'll be important in order to close out the project with the MSBA and for grant, closing out the grant, where all that paperwork will need to be submitted with a bunch of other closeout paperwork. So the sooner we can get that, that'll be helpful.
So the other question I have, Tim, if work was not done to plan and recently discovered, how do we
Well,
do it?
that's not warranty. If it's not done to plan, then that's, that's should be either a punch list or a list that we visit that wasn't done correctly in the first place. It's not that it was done and it broke or it was had an issue. If something was, for instance, it wasn't piped properly or wasn't assembled properly or isn't functioning from day one, then that's certainly not a warranty item.
Okay. I'll provide my list by the first of the year.
Yeah, the sooner you can provide information on this, Wayne, the better, just so that, the further away we get, the harder it is to get these guys to come back and do this, especially if they've already been paid. Because, if we weren't aware that something was incomplete or was it done incorrectly, they may have been paid for that work. So certainly we want to get on that.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear they have much retainage left anyway.
No, and then it's, let's face it, it's, if we were holding money on them, we'd have more leverage. Not that,
I get
it
that.
always works, but it's helpful.
Nope, understood.
Any questions for the architects? All right, let's reverse order and go back to the report from the OPM.
okay, I'm gonna share with the, Al, I'm gonna share the letter and then we'll go to the calculations, okay? I think this is the letter. Share. Is that the letter, Alan?
The letter, if you could make it any bit smaller, but that's fine.
Smaller?
Just a little bit so we can see it. Oh,
Wait a minute.
or you can scroll on it.
I can scroll. I'll scroll.
Okay, either way. Basically what that we know that the schedule has, run its course and that, we got the students into the classrooms by September 2022. We are hoping to close out the project by the fall of 2023, and fall of 2023 is come and gone. Right now, we know we have some construction items that are lingering. We expect those to be done in the spring of 2024, and we'll be able to finish the closeout of the project by the fall of 2024. So we're about a year delayed on finalizing this whole project, and we don't like asking for extra fees. We negotiate our fees in good faith and try to stick to them so that we don't do hit you with change orders. That's not in our DNA typically, but we basically run out of fees to cover the work that's left for the next year or so here, or 9 months to a year. What I did is, in explaining that, was put together this letter and figuring out what we probably would run. We have an hourly billing rate, and we charge with an hourly not to exceed. And we think that if we put in another $50,000, it will cover us and not exceed that $50,000 and carry us till the fall of 2024. So as much as we don't like to do this, this is just, we've gotten to the point where we just can't keep absorbing the cost of doing what we're doing here. And so we ask for your consideration in granting us an additional $50,000 or up to $50,000 charged hourly to get us through closeout with the MSBA on the project. And that's the gist of the letter that you see here. We also put together a MSBA contract amendment, portraying that. Steve, I don't know if you have that or I can share it.
I can bring it up. I got it.
This is just the MSBA standard amendment. It's similar to the one that you signed when we got done with feasibility and schematic design, and we went into the approval process to do documents and construction. And so what you can see here is just where we started, the cost for feasibility, and then the costs that we had included for the phases of the work. What we've done to the completion phase is add at where it says completion at the bottom, just before above total fee, we've added the $50,000 to that, which will bring our total contract amount up to the $2,532,800. If with your approval to add this $50,000 to our contract. Tim, you have anything to add to that? Did I cover that successfully?
No, I think you covered it, Alan. You know, obviously our monthly effort during closeout isn't what it was during construction. And we were able to kind of work within the fee structure that we had up to a point. But you know, with some of the stuff just going along, it's just going to take some more effort to close it out. There's a lot of paperwork and checking the box with the MSBA and going through their final audit process. That can begin as soon as we get basically everybody else paid and close out Bacon's contract, and the commissioning agent signs off with their certification of their final commissioning certificate. Then we can go to the MSBA and say, okay, here's our final ProPay request for reimbursement. And then we'll start that audit process. The good thing is we do go through a partial audit or a high level audit every month with the MSBA when we submit the ProPay submissions. So there shouldn't be any major surprises. It should go pretty smoothly. There have been a couple little things that have come up, stuff like rounding errors. The MSBA works in whole dollars and we go to the penny on our changes. And so just things are off $1 here, $1 there, just very minor things to date. So we will have to do a budget revision request at the end, which is all the change orders. We have to move the dollars from the contingency line into the construction line to cover that. And we'll probably move some other monies around within the budget as a final budget reallocation. But we'll show you all that stuff as we get the drafts of those pulled together.
So do we need a motion to approve 50,000 and not to exceed order 50,000? Is that what you're asking for?
That's what we're asking for, Mark.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
So move. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Questions, comments, concerns? I hear no discussion. Let's put the matter to roll. Oh, yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Will this come out of the contingency piece then, or where does this?
Yes, it would come out of owner's contingency.
Yes, and the budget right now, when we started, Tim could go over the budget, but Tim, what do we have significant monies left over in the project budget to more than cover $50,000. I think we're in the millions of excess funds on the project.
Yeah, you're correct, Alan. I don't have the figures in front of me, but we are doing well contingency wise. The project, when it was bid, came in under budget, and we've been able to we've had quite a few change orders along the way, but we still have not really dug into those additional funds other than when we added scope to the project, like adding to the parking lot or some of those other changes. So yeah, I don't have the figures, but again, it's in the millions that we still have remaining.
Okay. Any further discussion on the motion? All right, hearing none, let's put the matter to roll. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Somebody else? No? Put the matter to roll call vote. Dr. Hemmond?
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Mark, Wayne, Anderson, Jennifer Clavin,
Yes.
Bob Schwartz,
Yes.
Mark Hawk.
Yes.
It's a vote, Mr. Chairman.
Excellent. Votes unanimous, motion carries. Anything else from the OPM? Tim Allen, no?
No,
Okay. Old business or new business to come before or other business to come before the subcommittee?
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Yep.
What's going on around the doorway to the pre-KK building? There's some sort of construction going on. I'm just curious as to what it is.
well, that has to do with the drainage from the canopy in that area.
Oh, just like the main door.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I know that Matt was out there the other day taking some photos, and at that door, I think what our solution was to cut back the concrete sidewalk in that area to the base of the column and created a pathway for the water to get into a yard drain that we had in the area, or to another under drain that we had in the area.
Okay, just curious. Thank you.
Okay. Our next meeting.
That's also one of the things that Wayne was talking about when he was saying they're concrete around the generator and around those at the doorways, that there's still a little bit to complete.
Okay,
All right. Thanks, Tim.
thank you.
Sure.
All right. If that's it, our next meeting is January 17th. There's no public comment. I don't believe there's anybody from the public here.
No,
No need for executive session. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
still move.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, let's put the matter to a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Votes unanimous by those who voted. Meeting is adjourned. Have a wonderful holiday season, everybody.
Thank
Have a-
you.
Happy
Thank you,
holidays,
everybody.
everybody. Enjoy.
Thanks. Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.